SKC Pranam. The card number 1 says this: 9 ways to make people like you. And today we are here to discuss the 7th principle of card number 1. The 7th principle of card number 1 says, be a good listener. Encourage others to talk about themselves. Now, before I could start this explaining this rule, this principle, let me tell you that this is one of the 58 principles. Now, जब भी आपको कोई टी शर्ट खरीद के देता है, आपके पापा या मम्मी, या शर्ट खरीद के देता है, या ड्रेस खरीद के देता है, आपने जाके कबर्ड के अंदर रख लिया तो कोई फायदा नहीं है. आपको उसको पहनना होगा, तब वो ब्यूटीफुल लगेगा. You have to wear it. Similarly, when I give you these principles, you need to wear the principles, live by it. अभी तक पिछला हफ्ते तक we have finished with 6 principles. Today I am going to discuss 7th principle, which says that this: be a good listener, encourage others to talk about themselves. And in order to explain this principle in a nice manner, we have India's leading trainer and my guru, Daniel Jacob, here for you.
Be a good listener, encourage others to talk about themselves. Well, a very, very important quality of a human being to be humane, to be a good listener and encourage others to talk about themselves. Well, when people come to share with you their problems or something that has happened to them, you will not listen to them, you gently hear. Hearing is allowing your sound to hit the eardrum and vibrate. But listening is when your mind is connected to your ears, you tend to listen. So listen and don't merely hear. So when a person is coming to talk about their problem or some situation, it's good for you to listen to them. Without opinionating, without judging, without having to get prepared to give a solution or an advice, just listen. And that's a great trait. But generally, what people do is, after the person finishes the talking, then you start to tell your problems. Now, the sad thing about that person is that person came to you to tell their problem and now goes back with your problem. Now, what a sad thing. So, therefore, be a good listener. Just listen. Don't even have to give any advice. Just open your heart and with empathy listen. And then you find the moment you're a good listener, certainly people take a liking towards you.
Well, that was Daniel Jacob explaining to you this principle. Be a good listener, encourage others to talk about themselves. Now, let me tell you, कोई भी पर्सन को आप पूछोगे तो किस पर्सन को आप दोस्त मानते हो? Now, I have got many friends. कोई मुझे हर ओकेजन में गिफ्ट लाके देता है, कोई परफ्यूम लाके देता है. एक मेरा दोस्त है, जब भी बाहर गाँव जाए, विदाउट फेल मेरे लिए गिफ्ट लाता है. He knows I like watches and I like perfumes. So बिना फेल मेरे लिए watches and perfume लेके आता है. दूसरा एक दोस्त है who always cooks meals, खाना बना के अपने घर से खाना बना के मुझे लाके देता है. There's one friend of mine, जब मैं अभी हॉस्पिटल में रहता हूँ, उसके घर से खाना मेरे लिए आता है. Always he cares for me. Now between this gifter and the care person, I know one person जो he's not that rich. He's not able to give me gifts every time. He cannot shower gifts on me. Neither can he make food and drink for me. But believe me, he is my closest friend because वो मुझे वो चीज देता है जो बाकी मेरे 3 दोस्त नहीं देते हैं. He is able to give me his ear. वो मुझे अपना कान देता है. जब भी मेरे को लगता है कि अभी मुझे डिस्कस करना है, I need to pour out my feelings, he is there for me. Either I call him on the phone and instantaneously he's there across the line to hear me out, and I know he is listening. He is listening to me with a proper empathy. And whenever possible, he is there right in front of me. And whenever I need, he puts his hands on my palm and gives me that warm touch. Now, ये दोस्त जो आपका हर फीलिंग सुनता है, the one who's your listener is your true friend. वो आपका दोस्त बन जाता है. So people who are able to be a good listener are always having great friends for life. Now, the second part of the same rule is says, encourage others to talk about themselves. Communication is a two-way process. Normally, people believe that communication means I should know how to talk and what to talk and when to talk. Believe me, you should also know when not to talk and keep your mouth shut and listen. Communication is a two-way process. When your friend comes there to talk to you or to tell you or to point out some mistake, normally what we do, we activate our defense mechanism. अपने अंदर का defense mechanism हम activate करते हैं ताकि हम सोचते हैं उस टाइम पर क्या जवाब दूं इसको, और उसका फीलिंग बताता है तो immediately we start judging that person, कैसे सही किया या नहीं किया, या immediately हम सोचते हैं इसको खत्म होने के बाद मैं क्या आंसर करूं इसको, what reply will I give. He is not there to get reply from you. Believe me, he is there just to explain to you, to tell you, pour out. In India, we do not have these centers. If you go to US, there are these people who sit in cubicles, listening chambers. You go there, you pay $100 bill, and there you get 1 hour to talk to that person. Sit across that person, and the person is a mere listener. There are people who pay money just to go out because the family ties are so poor. But in India, we have lots of friends, lot of family members where we can pour out. People who do not have place to pour out tend to be suicidal. वो लोग suicide कौन करते हैं? जिनके पास दोस्त नहीं होता जाने के बात कर सकते हैं. You have to be a great listener and encourage them to talk about themselves and not talk about yourself. Stop being judgmental. Stop thinking what answer should I give. Stop thinking of the reply. Just talk about what will you tell. How will you hear. Now, जब भी आपका दोस्त आपसे बात कर रहा है, उसने अपना emotion pour out किया. Many a time, just stand up at the end and I hug the person. I give a warm hug. पता है वो संजय दत्त का मूवी में है जादू की झप्पी. After listening, just give a warm hug and believe me, just pat him twice. And believe me, he or she will feel so warm about it. You're our friend whom I can talk. मुझे गाड़ी नहीं चाहिए, सोना चांदी नहीं चाहिए, मुझे परफ्यूम नहीं चाहिए, मुझे एक सुनने वाला दोस्त चाहिए. And वो आपका परमानेंट दोस्त बनेगा. I'll end with a final example. हम 4 दोस्त हैं. राजेश, शैलेश, भूपेश एंड माई सेल्फ. हम कहाँ मिले बताता हूँ. मिल्ट नाम का एक फॉरम है जहां पर एक कोर्स चल रहा था. इट वाज कॉल्ड लीडरशिप कोर्स. उस कोर्स के अंदर हम चारों को एक ग्रुप मिला था विच इज कॉल्ड एचआर ग्रुप. हमको उस ग्रुप के अंदर एक दूसरे का बैठकर हमको सुनना था. वी हैव टू शेयर आवर होल लाइफ एज अर्ली एज वी कैन रिमेंबर. तो चांस मेरा पहला था एंड आई वाज टेलिंग दोस 3 गाइस what happened right from my childhood till the day I remember. होश संभाला आज तक क्या क्या मुझे याद है सब इंसिडेंट as it is. I was telling them all the good incidents, the bad incidents, the not so good incidents, the guilty incidents, the incidents that I am feeling shameful about, the incidents that I am feeling great about, the incidents that I am feeling nice about, and the incidents that I am feeling ugly about. हर चीज मैंने उनको बताया. आज शायद वही 4 दोस्त हैं जो मेरे फैमिली मेंबर से ज्यादा शायद मुझे जानते हैं. और मेरे खत्म होने के बाद बोलने के बाद राजेश gave his inputs. I spoke for 20 days, 18 to 20 days, and Rajesh spoke for another 3 days, and Shailesh spoke for 7 days, and then Bhupesh spoke for another 8 days. And believe me, it was a month-long exchange. We used to meet and talk, sometime overnight. And today, we are the fastest friends forever, friends for life. Because कुछ भी नहीं है जो एक दूसरे के बारे में हम नहीं जानते. और जब हम बोल रहे थे, बाकी 3 सुन रहे थे. That is why this rule. Be a good listener, encourage others to talk about themselves. Believe me, it gives you friends for life. There's no better rule in which you can say that this rule I can make people like me. This is one of the best rules where people can like you instantaneously. Thank you so much. ये था आपका रूल नंबर 7, कार्ड नंबर 1. फिर से आएंगे अगले हफ्ते और एक रूल लेकर, रूल नंबर 8 लाकर. तब तक के लिए आज्ञा दीजिएगा. SKC प्रणाम.